I've been this on this entrepreneurship journey for about, I would say, 4 years now. So once I first founded Venora, which is a founder-led media platform, and I've always been interested when starting my company of how people build sustainable lives and businesses, not just financially, but also mentally and physically, right? So those go hand in hand for me when I first started the company. And first, when you are starting out on this journey, there's trial and error. You're trying to follow trends or figure out what's working for you as an entrepreneur. But now that we are more grounded, especially me as a woman, I found that Venora started and now is at the intersection of media culture and entrepreneurships. And I've always been passionate about helping founders and operators gain visibility and credibility in a way that attracts the right opportunities if it has to do with clients, customers, or looking for an investor. That is my background, and I've always been passionate about helping these individuals and health and wellness and sustainable technology of putting them in a proper position to attract a certain clientele, audience, or an investor. So that's how Venord started and where the name came from. If you look back in like mythological historian history, Venora was the goddess of knowledge, and all of us would be very confused about where we're heading into our journey without education, right, or without knowledge. So the internet and as far as school has created more of a foundation to collect this knowledge on these different journeys or these different paths that we were all on. And that's where the name came from. It was very unique. I didn't want anything modern like you hear today on social media. I wanted something that when someone's looking at Venora, they're like, oh, what's that? I'm very interested in what the name means itself. And then now that we are building and continuing to building foundation, the name just speaks for itself. So that's a little bit about Venora and how we got started. And this entrepreneurship journey has been a major trial and error for me on a personal note. I just feel like with it takes a certain tenacity and grit to keep going and believing in your vision. And I've just been grateful to have a very supportive team and supportive friends to help me discover that vision and to continue it.